more people start to join us at around about sort of the lunchtime break. That's when all the school sports are done, the shopping's done, and they come to enjoy the afternoon's activities. We're about to kick things off here for this morning's action with BMW M Performance Racing Series, and on pole position, Ryan Nijker. Alongside him, a hard-charging Bob Neal, and Bob Neal certainly wants to turn his luck around. He really hasn't had it go according to plan in terms of that Class A battle, but I think he's going to be in for one today, and never count out Leon Loubser.
Never count him out, last year's champion. Let's see what he does going into the first corner.
Well, they're down towards turn one for the first time. You can see that big field. This is all Class C coming through here now, and looks like a little bit of a change up there as we get to the front end of the Class B and C battle. They're starting to mix it up already, which is exactly what we expected. Big move from the German I saw just in the foreground of the shot. We're watching Alan Hilligen go through there, a little bit further back there, just pushing through his Cochrane, but looks like he ran a little bit wide coming out of turn two. But it is Nijker that leads up, Neal in second and Loubser is third. That's Class A 1, 2 and 3, and at the front end it is Renier Smith who's at the front ahead of the German Andreas Meyer.
Looking very racy from Lorenzo Gualtieri. He's driving the Selby's old car, that E36 red type, putting mega pressure on Nick Mucker sitting there in third, just behind Andreas Meyer. So they're very tightly packed in this first lap over there. The Class A guys still slowly will get away, and Ryan Nijker's made a very comfortable start and starting to build a gap between himself and Bob.
Macris under a bit of pressure there in the background. You can just see that pressure starting to mount from Gualtieri. Gualtieri is looking for an early chance to pounce here, maybe to squeeze through and get the job done as soon as possible. Behind that is Reinhardt. See a nice start there from him, pulling slightly away there. Leonard Archer, of course, a seasoned campaigner now in this class. He was the rookie last year, but now in the thick of it, big time there for ACD Welkom. And a big move coming through there from the Big Boss car as well. Nice to see that machine coming through there with Devin Robertson.
Expect some big move there. Oh, we've got Nick Buckris pulling off to the side over there. We've got most of Class C going past him. So has he got a problem? Something's gone wrong. So that'll leave Class B, who behind him was Lorenzo Gualtieri.
Yes,
so he'll be left free to hunt down the German.
And that's exactly what he wanted. I think a little bit of free air is certainly what he needs to play around with. As I said, watching out for that Big Boss car of Devin Robertson. Might probably not have the same amount of power as some of the cars in front of him, but if you take the experience behind the wheel with Dev, I mean, there's a former world champion at the wheel there. He knows exactly how to pedal around this track.
No, there's no doubt about his experience in that race car. So seeing that naturally as great car. That's Leonard Archer getting past Gary Martin, the Grease Monkey Motor Garage, but he's going to put it down the inside there. Will he defend? No, it looks like Leonard's got the move done. And that's the German going slowly there.
Yeah, German pulling to the side.
Another Class B car has appeared to have suffered a problem. So now we've got Lorenzo will take the Class B lead.
Yeah, just hang in there, you've got the win. Nothing wrong with that. Class C now, the battle continues. Leonard Archer fighting hard there, as you said, with the Grease Monkey machine.
Devin Robertson right on the heels of those two. If those two make a mistake or get tangled, he's going to come through. It looks like Reinhard Miller is really putting the form down. He's keeping a pretty tight gap between that Class B field, which has just been removed half of the pack right now. Reinhard's putting out some excellent time. So we've actually got Renier.
That's the one we missed out. Renier's still there.
Renier in the lead, that's right.
We forgot about him. Apologies on that.
He made such a gap.
Yeah, he's pulled a big gap, but the 911 car coming through there rapidly and looking to try and close him down. Maybe with that 911, call 911 and you might be able to get Renier Smith. That's exactly what Gualtieri is trying to do now as he gets to the top. A little bit of a fight on here. Bob Neal putting a bit of pressure
in front of Bob Neal. So no overtake has happened over there, but you said he's looking very close.
Oh, sideways! That's the way to do it. I suppose that's what you want to do. When you're in full flight in a BMW and you're right in front of your opposition from another German motor manufacturer, get the car sideways.
See these two Class A cars. Now Ryan Nijker is getting away nicely, but we've seen some epic battles between Bob Neal and Leon Loubser, and these two are spaced by what looks like less than a second right now. Leon's got ahead of Bob. Let's see if Bob can bring the competition back and challenge for that position back again.
Yeah, it's a nice little start here for these three. It really is. They're pushing it to the limit and going to try and keep it all until the end of the race. Loubser, though, has got the advantage over Neal, and that's kind of what he wanted to do, I think, as early as possible. There goes the Arrow car. That's, of course, Cochrane. Hilligen back into the front of this little fight. It's a nice little three-way fight here. He's got Naidu behind him. Then not too far behind that is Bernie. So
he's got Barish right behind him over there.
Exactly. And then, of course, you're looking to see what's going to be happening there. Just looking further back there. Rob Gearing fighting hard.
So Devin's got some space between him and Alan Hilligen behind. Behind Alan, we've got a Naidu there.
And also just picking up, I think we lost Gary Martin. Gary Martin seems to have gone missing in the diesel car. So that gas monkey machine or the grease monkey machine, unfortunately, looks like it's gone missing somewhere at the front end. We'll try and pick up on it at some point in time. But that's not what he wanted. That is for sure.
No, I mean Gary was doing incredibly well. Yeah, I may be speaking under correction, but I think he's leading Class C. So yeah, epic.
Big Johnson had just got through on Gary Martin, according to the producer in my ear here, saying that he just got through, and as soon as Devon got through, all of a sudden there was a problem, and he had to back out. So it didn't quite work out according to plan there for him. So here we go, into sort of the halfway stage of the race. It's a big fight on here for what we expected to see for classes A, B, and C, although with the demise of Class B now, and that's one of the problems you got when you've got a small amount of numbers. I mean, 2 or 3 cars are out, then you're basically done. So yeah,
your point scoring then gets compromised as well.
That's
so once
exactly
you fall down to a number, and unfortunately full point scoring is no longer available. So yeah, the Class C field still looking strong. You talked about Gary unfortunately missing out over there, but we've still got some big tussles over there. It's nice to see Bernard de Gouveia and Barrett Ganpath, very good friends over there, having a very tight battle. Let's see if Bernie can keep Barrett at bay.
Nice. And they're kind of closing down there onto the back end of well, there's about 4 or 5 cars in that little fight. Now, there's about 4 or 5 cars just ahead of them. So looking to see the return of the favourite. That's kind of what happened down in Cape Town. These 3 were at each other's throats again. So yeah, back on the Highveld, we were doing the same and more of the same, as we always like to see. Once again, Hilligen through and pushing hard.
Talking about Alan Hilligen. So Alan has brought some incredible development this week. For the first time ever, we're seeing an E36 with an 8 HP, which is effectively an automatic newer generation gearbox in that E46. So it's got an old M52 motor, and he's done all the development to have a proper automatic gearbox in that car. And we're talking all the modes, Sport Plus.
Terry's got a problem. Terry's slowing. Terry's slowing dramatically there. Well, maybe he just missed a gear, but he was overtaken by Leonard Archer like he was looking for parking. So Archer went through on him relatively quickly. Yeah, there's definitely a problem. Look at that.
Slowing down again.
Up the hill. Maybe he's stuck in gear. Maybe he's stuck in one of the high gears and he can't, he's having to drive it on the torque of the car there, by the looks of it.
I wonder if he's backing off maybe to manage coolers. We've got a hot track out there. I'm wondering how many of these cars are going to suffer fatigue as soon as we get to the last remaining laps, and unfortunately those cooling systems just go to absolute nightmare conditions.
Leaders are on to the 4 laps to go, so there's 4 of them to go now for Leonard Archer as he crosses the line.
So Leon's still in front of Bob, and Ryan leading Class A very nicely. We've got Class C being led by Reinhard Miller in great form. Behind him will be Leonard, who we see on our screen right there. So if Reinhard keeps it nice and clean, he's got a win in hand over there. But let's see if Leonard can change that up. I'm sure he'll want to. He was putting fantastic times into practice 3.
Look at the gap that's opened up here between Lobsha and Neil as well. So it looks like Leon getting through there and getting the job done. Bob Neal maybe hanging in there, as you said, with the track conditions getting hotter. Maybe he's got some problems. Here's the man that had issues right from the word go there, Billy Cock, and he seems to still have that issue. Something's not right there on that Corvette car. Down the hill comes...
So Lorenzo's still showing on our timing page at position 7. I don't know if he's still suffering some issues with that car. He's kind of midway through that the top of the Class C pack. Is that Billy pulling off?
Yeah, Billy getting to pits now.
Okay.
So Billy Cock out as Renier Smith goes down in to start another lap. We watch the reigning champion through turn 2 coming out of Cashel Corner. Now heading up towards the big fast sweeper.
And that's Nick Muckris pulled over on the side.
We saw him earlier on, yeah.
Corner 3.
So Macris out. It's another big loss to the front end. We were chatting to him just before the race started, and he said, coming from 3rd place, he felt pretty confident. He felt the car was good. Just didn't quite work out for him there in the actual race heat itself. I don't think Lopes is going to be able to catch Nike. Nike is just in a class of his own now. Look at him in amongst the back markers now, scything through, relatively unscathed.
And that's Alan Hilligen, unfortunately, in the background of there, pulling over into the pit. So he was doing nicely in that Class C pack. Unfortunately, another casualty of this Class ABC race.
Andre van Vuren also having to give up the space there for our leader as he goes through. He's got 2 to go. So 2 more of these 2.1k circuits to complete here for the man out front. You've mentioned the fact that he's working on a drive for next year. That's brilliant, because remember, he's also part and parcel of next weekend's National Championships in Cape Town. He's got to get into a Toyota and have some fun in that as well. So still some work to do there.
Bernard de Gouveia doing a nice job over there. He's still keeping Varish Ganpath at bay, but 2 laps left. He's got to keep his focus together and see if he can fend off his mate.
Oh, Cochrane in the kitty to toe on the left-hand side there as we watch the leader going past Neil Reynolds.
Is that corner 4 there, Greg?
That's turn 4, yeah.
I'm expecting them to have yellow flags there. That's a dangerous corner. I wonder if that's going to bring out a safety car.
I don't know if they'll bring the safety car. They might keep it under yellow for now because there's only 1 lap to go.
He's beached. That's certainly going to be a safety car unless they red flag it.
I tell you, the issue there is we've seen it on the numerous occasions now when with the new kitty litter at the circuit. Whatever you do, I'm just warning you, don't go off. Okay, because if you do get into that kilometer, you're not getting out.
Unless
they've changed up the sort of
substrate.
Yeah, and it's working so well because some of the big stuff that we had, yeah, that's exactly what you want. Some of the big ones we had at the previous inland and historic championship race meeting we had here, the cars literally were not able to be pulled out, and even Big Macs battled to get them out. That's how deeply dug in they got.
So Ryan's going to have to be careful here. We're going to go, so we've got blue flags still there, but there's going to be double wave yellows at the very least coming up onto that corner.
Oh, let's see what happens as he comes up. I think he's going to be able to make the pass now.
But be very careful.
No, he'll back out of it.
There we
he
go.
backs out of it. Good thinking there.
Passing the yellows, you'll get a big penalty.
Passing the chairman's not what you want to do under yellow either. That's for sure. Rather give it 5 more minutes and get past.
I'm sure we're going to get.
Oh, we get a red flag. That's why. There we go. Red flag's out. So red flag will bring us back to lap, what was that, lap 8 I think it was, eh? You guys ran 10 today, yeah, so it was lap 8 that will go back to 8 out of 10 is enough, eh?
That will certainly be full points. So I think we're going to get some nice pictures of Troy, unfortunately, in that corner. Someone's going to definitely make the comment, you can't park there. Unfortunately, that kitty lift has got it eaten
Someone TikTok that, please, come on. Somebody, you cannot park your car there. No, you can't park your car there, Troy Cochrane. And we were having a bit of a joke about him going through there with the aircon. Maybe this was the air conditioning issue he had in turn 4 there, eh?
I think those things tend to get problems, right?
He went to try and push it off and missed hit the boost button instead. Listen, he's one of our associate sponsors of this category. That's why we can give him a little bit of ragging, and I'm sure he's going to enjoy that when he listens to this a little bit later on. But that does wrap up things here for our first heat of BMW M Performance Racing Series. Now, Paulie, I don't know if we can get an official sort of result put up, or unofficial result, but as they finished up, it was Ryan Nyker, Leon Lopesha, and Bob Neal, top 3 in Class A. Then Renier Smith ahead of Reinhard Miller and Leonard Archer. So a little bit of mix up there between our B's and C's, as you can see. Devin Robertson finished up in 7th, just behind Archer. It was Gauthier, I think, who just finished outside the top 10, but he was still on track. And I think he was stuck in a high gear. I think he was driving the car on torque there.